Welcome back. This is codebasket.com. In this video, we'll be treating styling of HTML text. Let's try to understand white space and flow in HTML. Let's open our basic templates. Go to open, basic. Let's rename this to styling. Now let's save it. Save as styling.html. Now we have our template to work with. Now let's open the paragraph. I will paste some text here. Now this is all we have. Let's run it. Let's save Ctrl S and run it. Go to the file where our page is saved. This is styling. Right click, open with our browser. So this is what we have. Now this is how white space work in HTML. So if I add mini space here now and save and reload it, HTML will just ignore all this space and bring it up. That means HTML ignored white space. And even if between the HTML and words I add mini space and save and reload, there will be no space here. So that's how white space works in HTML. Now, to continue our styling, let's treat the font tag. This font tag, what it enables us to do and what we can do with the font tag. The font tag have three major attributes, which is the face, the size, and the color. With the font tag, we'll be able to give a text on our web page a color. We'll be able to increase the size and the appearance of our web page. We'll be able to change the face of our web page. So let's try that. Let me give this a font. Let me rearrange this text. Let me change this paragraph text with font tag. Fonts. Let me close it right here to font. So if I have like this now, and if I reload it, nothing has changed, just font. But let's treat the attributes one after the other, like the font face. By default, font face in HTML, the web browser takes the default font face in our computer, and font face in the browser in different computer may vary. If you use a kind of font face that's installed in your system and it's not installed on the user's system, the browser automatically picks a default font. Now let's see how we can play with font face attribute. This is the attribute equal to, in quote, that face is the name, and this is the value for font face. Face like area is a font face, and if we save it and reload, it will be a change. You see there's a change in the font face. The font face has changed. So if I should delete this now and save again, you see how it were before. That's how we change the font face. Let's see how we can use alternative font face. Alternative font face works in such a way that, for example, if on the client's computer there is no Arial installed in that system, this should tell the browser that if there is no Arial installed in that system, then use Comic Sans. So if we reload it and load, it will still give us Arial, but because I have Arial installed in my system. But if I don't have Arial installed in my system, it will give me this kind of font face, Comic Sans font face. So that is how we change a font face using HTML. Another attribute of HTML that we would like to look into is the size. And the size of HTML ranges from 1 to 6. Size ranges from 1 to 6. So if I said size, which is also an attribute, is equal to, in quote, the size here is the name of the attribute, and this is the value of size. The value of size ranges from 1 to 6. So if I should say, let the size of this text be equal to 6, it will bring out so big, being it big. And if I want to reduce it to like 5, so it ranges from 1 to 6, just like our heading tag that also ranges from 1 to 6. This is for 1, so small. 6 is bigger, unlike heading tag that h1 is bigger than h2. In this size, 2 is bigger than 1 and 3 is bigger than 2, unlike the h tag that 1 is bigger than 2 and 2 is bigger than tree. Let's see another attribute of the font that we can treat. Let's treat the color. Another color, the color of the attribute. Let me change this to 6 for instance and run it, so that's big. So let's treat the color. So if I should add a color attribute, now before I give the color attribute in HTML, colors in HTML is divided into 3. We have what we have the hex, we have the name, and we have also the RGB colors, that is red, green, and blue. The syntax of color comes in these 3 formats. Now let's treat the hex format first. So this is how the hex format looks like. When you see color that starts with hash and some numbers, that is a hex format of color. So if I want this to be black, by default black is 0 0, black is 0 0 by default, so it won't change. It give me black, it give me black. And if I want to change it to white, white is FF 1 2 3 FF. This, it will change it to white, so you won't see it is there, but because of the font, because of the color has changed to white. And if I want to give me something else like red, now I give it like this, it will give me red color. That's why I change the font to red. And if I want it to give me something like green, I change it, I bring the F this way, it will give me green. And if I want it to be blue, I bring it this way, the F this way. So we have up to 6 million different color hex code. Well, you don't need to cram the code, you just need to get the code, get familiar with some of the colors code that you'll be using while designing your web page. And you can also get a file where you see so many color code that we can use, and that is the hex code. And the name value for color code, if you don't want your color to be like this, you could just specify the name of the color, like red for instance. Type in red, HTML will understand what it means and change it to red for me. So as well, if I should type green, HTML also understand, just change it to green, just change it to green for me. So that's how HTML plays with color. Apart from name again, let's treat the RGB. The RGB, you see the color code coming in this format, RGB in quotes, coming with 255 like this. We give me black. If I want to change it to something else like white for instance, this will be 255 Ctrl S. See, that's changed the color a little bit. So that's how RGB colors look like. And also changes, you play with the numbers, you see different colors it can give you, just like you missing RGB blue. Like now you have seen it, it has given me blue, but it will not be more than 255. I can make this 180 for instance now and mix it with something else, what it will come up with. So it has mixed with something a little bit light green. So that's how we play with the RGB colors. So let's continue. Now alignment, let's see how we could align our text in HTML. Now alignment have 3 different attributes that we can use to align text and other images on our web page. We have the center to centralize. The align works for horizontal arrangement, that is either the value ranges from left, center, right, and justify. And the V align works for vertical alignment, that is like top, middle, and bottom. So let's give it a try. Let me take this one off. Okay, let me open a paragraph tag here. So let me say, now let me add the alignment attribute to this P element, to the paragraph element, and this is the attribute. Align is equal to, in quote, align here with the name, then the value. The combination of the name and the value gives us the attribute. So align is equal to, in quote, let's try one of the value for align, which is right. So let's copy this line, this in the next line, and change this to center. center, change it to center, and let's change this to let's change this to left. We see it appearing at different sides. Change this to left as well. So let's run it and see what we'll have. You see, this is for right side, which is the first one. This is for center. This is for the left side, which I just beautifully align this block of code, this block of paragraph, this line of paragraph for us. So that's how alignments work. And if the text is as well much like the text we used in the previous we used before, we can justify it. It helps us to justify our code, just like the way we know how justifies work. So if it is large, justify. So let me copy and paste a large text, something like this. Ctrl S. Now we will see how it justifies it, just like in our word processing. So justify helps us to justify is also a value for the align attributes. So let's see how the vertical alignments work. So let's create our P here and say this is vertical attribute. Now the align is equal to, in quotes, top. So let's copy this line, middle, that's the value for vertical alignment, and change this to bottom, as well as this to middle, and this to bottom. So if I should Ctrl save and run it, you see this is vertical top, this is vertical middle, and this is vertical bottom. So that's how it works. The vertical alignment, it aligns it vertically, while the align only aligns it horizontally. That's how the vertical alignments work. So let's see how we could centralize a text. So if I should have a p tag, say help me centralize this, add center tag in between it, and close it here to center tag, and save. We'll see that it will bring this to the exactly center of our document, centralized. But if the center tag is not there, for instance, no center tag, you see by default it takes it to the left. So that's how the center tag work, and that's how we can successfully align and style our text in with HTML. So let's treat some other tags like underline. What if we want to underline our text on our web page? We use the underline tag that is denoted with U. It denoted with U will help us to underline it. You see that it has been underlined already. So some other tag like the strike tag. The strike tag helps us to strike through our text. Unload it, you see it has strike through our tag. I would like us to choose some other tags like the script tag, the link tag, and the style tag, and see how it works. Okay, let's treat this tree tag in this class. So this tree tag I use in HTML. Like the script tag, this particular one here, the script tag is used to add scripts into our HTML document. Scripts like VB script or JavaScript. It enables us to add JavaScript into our web page, JavaScript code and jQuery code as well. And the script tag has attribute called type. So this is the syntax for the script tag. So if I have with scripts, let's take this off. Let's enclose this with script. It has an attribute that is called type, and this type will be equal to, in quotes, text slash JavaScript, for instance. So we use this to add the JavaScript code, and JavaScript code will come in between here. If it is a Visual Basic script, you see it here, VB script will come in here as well. That is what the script tag is used for. And the link tag is used to link external style sheets in our code, and is normally embedded in the head section, but can be embedded also elsewhere as well. And it has three kind of attributes, which is the link as the attribute is the rel. The rel tells it that it is style sheets, which is CSS, and we also have the type that tells it again that this text, or what we're trying to link, is also text or CSS as well. And we also have the href. The href gives the link where that particular file is located in your system. This will contain the directory. The style tag is used to add, just like the script tag, used to add style, CSS style into our HTML document, and it's just like this, it's very similar to the script tag. It has attributes you can add to it, like type, in quotes, CSS for instance. So those how the tree tag work. In the next video, we'll be treating grouping. So thank you for watching.
Hi, this is brought to you by codebasket.com, and don't forget, every class has its own exercise file and video for easy comprehending that are made available for members only. So if you're not yet a member, why not visit our site now, www.codebasket.com, and sign up as a member to have access to this exercise videos and files and other additional add-ons. So see you. Cheers.